Going to university.
Hey, Simpsons.
Oh, it's the Simpsons!
Whoa!
Now there will. Right there.
Shark's up there. I think this is Fun Adventures Land already.
Oh, there we go.
Walk through Carrollville. Tam śmierci nawet. Wiecie, co tu jest? Tam śmierci prosto na prosto pobiegł, ale biegnie prosto.
Welcome to House Hard. Right this way, folks. Welcome to House Hard.
I'm a cheater. Yeah.
of flesh. With their eyes blazing red, our tears flowing sore. He held them fast, and they all stopped. And I thought he'd be saved.
Oh no, not the mirrors.
Oh, come on. I hate this. There's something over there. Yeah. Okay, it's done.
Thấy vô, bạn đang thấy không?
Haunted house of the season.
Dead bodies.
There's another stair.
Old.
Yeah, it is. Oh, wonder which
Yeah.
Oh, this thing.
Just in case it gets cold for that hat. Just in case. It's always good to be prepared. I love that hat. Want to trade hats?
The comedians up in the.
I love it. Boys, got my eyes on you three. Yeah, I know about you three. Trouble in the neighborhood. Yeah. Oh, you two are so cute together. Look at you two. You're gorgeous. Oh, young love. Hello, the ladies. Ladies' night tonight, the Sandridge. We're going to ride the bull.
Hey there, folks. Good to see you. Welcome to New York Street. Good morning. There you go. Hey there, how are you? Good to see you.
Notice people are welcome to New York Street. How you been, sugar?
Yeah.
Good?
Hey, this guy you get stung by a bee?
No fucking.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. The face take couple different. Nurse would hate it.
You want Krabby Patties? Or they give me gas?
What did you say?
Krabby Patty.
Bye, have fun. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Good. You look so prosing. What's your name? Cannon? Oh, Hannah. Who's that? Is that Dora? Oh, that is so nice. You know, it's nice to have friends in high places. Bye, Dora. Yeah, she's a nice girl. I like her hair. So where you from, Hannah? Where? Utah. Wow, man, that's exciting. That's like the party state, huh? So what we doing? We're partying right now. You brought Utah with you. Nice. Hannah, did you want to order waffle? How about some coffee? What about some bugs? Slugs? Worms? French fries? Grapes? Jalapenos? How about some honey with bugs mixed in it? No, that doesn't sound good. Have you ever had a bug? Yeah, they're pretty good, but you gotta eat them raw. Just pick them up right off the ground. And what is that? What is that noise? What is that? Ladies' choice.
Oh, where'd SpongeBob go? Oh, there he is.
There's only one way to be a winner. Give it to you want for $3, there's a prize on display right now. We'll give you a 4 shot for free. There's a 4 for 5 right there.
Extract those cupcakes, otherwise take the
SpongeBob is closed.
Do you want a picture? Put your head in. Put your arm in there and scream. Well, not really scream.
Will, do something.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Look at okay, come on.
Some of Hollywood's hottest filming locations are muy caliente.
Focus.
You're about to go behind the scenes of one of the biggest and busiest movie studios in the world.
But before you head off on your Hollywood adventure, let's bring you up to speed on what's been filming on the Universal lot as of late.
All right, we'll do that in a moment. First, I'd like to mention a few things for your safety and comfort. It's the safety rules. Pay attention as you cruise at the end of the tour. If you have an emergency or if you drop anything over the sides, don't be embarrassed. Just give a tug on the emergency cord located above you at the center of the tram. I'll be back to assist you. Yes, please remain seated while the tram is in motion, keeping your arms, legs, and hands inside of the tram at all times. Is he smoking? What is he smoking? There is no smoking on the tram. And get your feet off the couch. Last but not least, be prepared because throughout the tour there are loud noises. Yes! Fire effects, sudden tram movements, and the possibility of getting wet. Just like that. Well, those are the safety rules. And I'm not kidding about the water. You see water coming towards you, scream and protect your cameras, because they may get wet. Now I'd like to introduce you to the person who keeps the show rolling. She is our driver, and we call her Laura. Big hand for a driver, Laura, ladies and gentlemen. It's the tram of the living dead. Well, that's all right. We got something to wake you up. Here's what's in store for you. You're going to be the theme park line, take you to the actual working studio, where some of Hollywood's biggest names come to work every day. They don't get any bigger than Academy and Emmy award-winning star of Sister Act, Ghost, and The Color Purple. I'm talking about Hollywood A-lister Whoopi Goldberg. She's going to give you a brief introduction to the studio. Take it, Whoopi.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. How do I look? Okay, fine. You're saying to Hollywood? Maybe. But if other studios can have a lion or a mouse or something, what is wrong with an Oscar-winning Whoopi? Besides, I know all about this place. I shot my first movie here with Steven Spielberg on the Universal backlot, the biggest and busiest fantasy factory in the world. So let's go. Universal got its start in 1912 when visionary Carl Laemmle brought his movie company west and opened Universal Pictures. On March 15, 1915, Mr. Laemmle invited the public, that's you guys, to visit his studio, and the Universal Studio Tour was born. You see, Mr. Laemmle believed that movies should make people laugh, or cry, or sit on the edge of their seats. And for the last century, Universal has been doing just that. I'll be back to check up on you guys a little later. I gotta go get a tanning bed because I'm so pale. In the meantime, I'm gonna turn things back over to your guy. I want you to have a great time, everybody. Lenny, let's go.
Thanks, Whoopi. NBC Universal is one of the largest entertainment companies in the world. That includes the USA Network, the Sci-Fi Channel, Bravo to the window. MSNBC, CNBC, and Universal HD, and together we've taken audiences from the depths of the ocean to the surface of the moon and everything in our property. I'll point out quite a few examples of that throughout the tour. We're heading down to the front lot, which houses 35 different sound stages for interior filming. Inside of these buildings, we can create any type of environment that the story demands. On your left, stage 25, one of the 4 sound stages that is the permanent home for the hit television drama CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, starring William Peterson and Mark Hilgenberger. We call the stages on our lot closed sets. That means that only immediate cast and crew and invited guests are allowed access to the stages. However, when you return to Universal, check out our VIP experience where you too can be an invited guest and walk on and explore actual sets used for filming. Hey, stage 25's door is open. You can see the back of something. Take pictures. Coming up on your right, stage 28, that's the oldest sound stage on the front lot, built in 1925 to house the enormous Paris Opera House set for Phantom of the Opera, starring Lon Chaney, the man of 1,000 faces, in his most famous role. Take a look at your screen. We still have that set intact in there. A lot of creepy characters live in stage 28 and include the crime of Frankenstein's monster. Mother from the motion picture Psycho, a rampaging T-Rex in the Lost World, Jurassic Park, even the Grinch who stole Christmas. Some of the recent productions filmed in stage 28 and these sets are dressed differently, so you don't recognize them from one production to the next, since so many productions are filmed in the same area. And these scenes that you're watching are all filmed an hour long. And if you take a look to your left, you catch a glimpse of some of the facades. That's the entrance to New York streets, which dresses New York City more often than not. That section is featured as New York City. For Spider-Man 2, used for the segment in which Dr. Octopus tosses a car into the front of a coffee shop window to get Peter Parker's attention. On your right is an old bridge, and just above that old bridge on the hillside is a great example of imagination at work. That vast array of GE solar panels was installed to conserve our natural resources as they provide power to the Universal lot. By the way, that bridge is featured in hundreds of television shows, including this memorable episode of Quantum Leap.
We used to go over that bridge and would pretend to break
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you an up-close look at some of our most recognizable big screen icons. We call them picture cars. Remember to look both ways before crossing. No one ever listens to the guide. Picture cars are the vehicles that you see in a scene of a movie or television show. Have your cameras ready on your left of some of the vehicles featured in the scenes on your screen. Some picture cars have become just as famous as the stars who have driven them. I'm particularly fond of the Deathmobile from Animal House. You show up in that hoopty in this home like Donkey Kong. Right, Laura? Right. Over the years, picture cars have become bigger, badder, and faster as audiences embrace their need for speed. Speaking of bigger, badder, and faster, on your left is some of the racers from all 3 of the Fast and the Furious films. Movie makers rely on picture cars to supercharge their films. Choosing the right vehicle can make or break a Hollywood blockbuster. That's especially true for full-throttle films such as The Fast and The Furious. A combination of picture cars, motion control robotics, and computer-generated imagery allow filmmakers to bring nearly impossible scenarios to life. We have a chance to take you behind the scenes of Tokyo Drift and show you how these effects come together. Welcome to Special Effects Stage 55, and our Special Effects Department has prepared our Fast and the Furious picture cars for today's test run. Have your cameras ready.
Clear on the set.
Stand up.
Let's see the bullet hits. And go. Smoke. Go. Fire. Go. Okay, we're clear for a full run through. All systems checked. This one's for real, guys, so watch out. And action!
Carnage and Comet, examples of motion picture
That was awesome.
robotics. Take a bow, boys. Do you boys have any other moves? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Well done, boys. How about a big hand for Carnage and Comet, our time-special Big Steve? Pure robotics such as Carnage and Comet can perform precise movement over and over again all day long without questioning or innovation. Train the streets of Tokyo, taken to a jungle island off the coast of Costa Rica.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Thank you. Nice hands. On either side of the train,
Everything's on the left.
Jurassic Park films. Here's a scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park featuring some of the vehicles coming up on your left. The last Jurassic Park film debuted in 2001, so those dinosaurs are pretty much extinct. Except for that one. And that one and that one. Ah! Ha, 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 ha. Ooh, that was really surprising. I had no idea that was going to happen. Well, extinction is only temporary in Hollywood as rumors fly about it. Being Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Weather plays an integral part in sending the mood promotion of interest such as Jurassic Park. Think about filming weather in sunny Southern California. So every day it's the same old boring sunshine, day in and day out. Look, more sunshine. But in order to get the weather to cooperate for us here at the studio, wait a minute. Why am I telling you about weather when I have access to America's favorite weatherman? You know him, you love him. He's the Today Show's Al Roker. Take it, Al.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
We must be talking about Old Mexico. That's where we are now. We call this Old Mexico because it's old and it looks like Mexico. It says flash flood warning. What the? Alright, stop the music. Stop the music. Looks like our worker's forecast was dead on, but it's only raining on half of the tram. I guess that's what he calls a 50-50 chance of rain. You and I do get some deep rumbling. That means there is a flash flood in the area, but you don't have to worry about that unless you're sitting in a blue seat wearing red. Oh, I'd take cover back to the third, fourth car if I were you, because that wand is coming for you. It's coming to get you. You think I'm playing, huh? Look at where we're parked.
Oh, wow. Here it comes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Did you see the looks in their faces when the water shot up? Oh! We dump thousands of gallons of recycled water from tanks at the top of the hill. The water crashes down the hill, careens under the bridge, gets pumped right back into the tanks at the top of the hill, so we can get somebody else with it. We use it for Big Fat Liar. We're taking you right here in Old Mexico. This section of Old Mexico will be featured in an upcoming film entitled The Heartbreak Kid, starring Ben Stiller. It's featured in one of my favorite westerns.
I think in the movie Big Fat Liar they did that exact same thing in the exact same spot.
That you see at the beginning of the movie. You know, at one time Universal was famous for westerns. Hundreds of them were filmed in our backlot. Stars such as Audie Murphy, Tex Ritter, Hoot Gibson, Jimmy Stewart, and John Wayne walk down these streets. We're taking you into the Old West. We call this section 6 Points. Here's Whoopi Goldberg to tell you why. Whoopi?
Not Whoopi.
Did you know that more movies have been shot on these streets than any other spot in the world? Now, during the silent film era, they could shoot up to 6 movies at the same time, one on each one of these 6 streets. That's why it's called 6 Points, because each street had its own bank, it's on sheriff's office, it's on saloon, and it's on hotel. Now, it turns out that this town ain't big enough for both of us. So get on back onto your tram stagecoach thing and get the heck out of here. Go on, go on.
The reason Whoopi knows so much about this area is because the street that we're on was used for the color purple. This is where Pam's shop was located. There's a little tribute to the cowboy years that have walked down these streets over the years. It's the Duke. Jimmy Stewart. Clint Eastwood. It's the Duke. Kirk Douglas. Robert Redford was here. Is that the Duke? Yeah. We just love the Duke. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have to get off the microphone. They're filming a music video just ahead of us on New York Street. It's called Rocket Body, Rocket Body. That's what it's called. They won't tell us what goes on in these things. They just tell us we're filming here. But I gotta get off the microphone. We're going to take you into part of New York Street, and you'll get to see this Rocket Body music video. And we're heading into a soundstage. We have Hollywood's biggest star rehearsing a scene. Have your cameras ready. Introduce you to the biggest star in Hollywood. And you guessed it. It's Steve Cole! You know something? He looks a lot smaller on TV. He's got a hold of the table. Oh, he's trying to take it over the bridge. There's Javier Lara. That little girl that's out of his body. That's his guy. We're going to get the food cut. In the third and fourth yard. And on to that door. Says something nice to him. Stretch his belly. Series McHale's Navy. How do we do it? We just had the boat go up and down the lake, back and forth, change the camera angle. We don't like filming on the high seas. It's expensive and difficult to do. Here's another example of not filming on the high seas from Universal's hit King Kong. That is the SS Venture arriving at Skull Island. Or is it? That looks like a wall. Or is it? It is. Director Peter Jackson searched the world over to find a perfect vessel that can double as the SS Venture. Cool. The art department added several period set pieces to transform that vessel into a 1930s freighter. We're showing you how the sequence was created, but first we had to create some special effects of our own. As you can see, the water level has risen. We can drive over on dry land, but in order to do that, we have to part the water. In order to part the water, you have to yell, "Part the water." So when I count to 3, everyone yell, "Part the water." You ready? 1, 2, 3. Part the water! Yes. Look at that, the waters are magically parting. You guys are pretty good. The last two didn't say anything and we got soaked. That's alright, because the joke was on them because the driver and I have a change of clothing. Ha ha! They're going to take you below sea level. That means that sometimes the water seeps over the tram floor. Do you have any valuables on the floor, like your little sister or your feet? I want to lift them up just in case. On your left is the SS Venture and Skull Island. They are highly detailed miniatures. Believe it or not, this is as big as Skull Island ever got in the film. I'll show you how the sequence was created. Please remain seated. Thank you. The rain was created using rain towers, and the fog and waves and other physical effects were created using techniques that have been around since the earliest days of film. Please remain seated while the tram is in motion. Thank you. It's all put together. It looks absolutely real. Until a duck swims into the shot. That's kind of random. The ducks love me in front of the camera. Just ask Donald or Daffy. Coming up on your left is King Kong. He got out of that stage pretty fast. You have to give him a break sometimes. He's meditating right now. Don't disturb him. He'll make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. All these items around King Kong are props or properties. And there's two kinds of props. There's a prop that you have your handles in to seem like a pack of chewing gum or a glass of water. Then there's a props that's used to dress the set. Basically furniture. Coming up on your left is our property department. The big tan building. Here's Frankie Munoz and Amanda Mines to tell you about our property department.
In Big Fat Liar, Amanda and I live in the property department. The Universal Prop Department contains the largest collection in the industry, with well over 1 million props.
And believe me, we put those props to good use.
Believe that. Now we're heading into what we call Square of Warriors, featured as ancient Rome for Stanley Kubrick's production of Spartacus, starring Kirk Douglas, Laurence Olivier, and Tony Curtis. I love you, Spartacus. It's also featured as the city of Gomorrah for the Scorpion King, starring The Rock. I love you, The Rock. And it's featured in the scene from Crossing Jordan, which used the studio back lot as a studio back lot. That's true. Hey, how you doing back there? How you doing? You guys, the Ford car, just follow us. This area is also featured as the country of Genovia for Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement, starring Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews. The world is literally around the corner for you at Universal Studios. Take a look to your left. You will see Europe. We call it Little Europe. It's not a very big place, but we can make it look like any part of Europe we want by changing the language on the sides. Little Europe was built in the 1920s for a motion picture entitled All Quiet on the Western Front, which won Universal's first Best Picture Academy Award. Since then, it's been seen as all sorts of locations. Germany for the movie Man of X, starring Lana Turner. Paris, France for an episode of The Gilmore Girls. It's featured as Paris, France for an upcoming episode of The Unit. You have to say it like that, too. You can't say it any other way. It's also featured in all three of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, and it's seen as a city in India for a hit television series, Heroes.
A very dangerous job. The wrong fare, the wrong time. We may never know what really happened. I spoke to him 2 days ago. He was convinced someone was following him, trying to steal his research. He died because of his fears. That's crazy, is it? The man left his family. He's credited his career to chase wild theories halfway around the world. Where are you going? To his apartment to get his papers, his research. He was this close to finding the first of death. His patient Zero. He tracked him to Queens, New York.
That's crazy. On your right is a court area with a fountain at its center. We call it the Court of Miracles. It was built for the movie The Miracle Man, starring Lon Chaney, who did his share of horror films. Little Europe is most famous for the classic horror films filmed in this area, such as Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, even the Invisible Man. Look, there he is now. Made you look. Psych, he's invisible, you can't see him. Just look at some of the classics filmed in this area. What? Oh man, what a week I've had. Boris Karloff as Frankenstein's monster. We're going to take you into another one of our sound stages. This sound stage is unique. It is the only split-level soundstage like it in Hollywood. Up above, we recreated an urban street scene with trucks and cars. Down below where we're going, a Northern California subway station. Now, whip out those cameras and note the detail that our Academy Award-winning art directors have put into this particular set, from the turnstiles to the telephone booths. Hey, it's about 10 degrees cooler in here. That's pretty good. Stop in here for a moment and let you take photographs, but please remain seated while we're inside of the soundstage. Once again, please remain seated while we're inside of the soundstage. Thank you. Alright, everybody get photographs? Okay, Laura, let's head on out. On our way out, you'll notice we have two sets of steps on the right. They lead up to the second story set, which is directly above us. That's where we have the trucks and the cars and an entire city section. What the wide well, that's just a German. We get these all the time in Southern California. It's nothing to worry about. Well, okay, there's that. Ladies and gentlemen, see the beach on a hike and have fun with the trail. Hang on to the top burning. I'm gonna go get help. I'll be right back. Yeah. Regret nothing? Everybody alright? You look thirsty? How about a drink for you and your friends? But don't panic! Don't panic! There's plenty of water for everybody. Oh, that's wild, man. That's wild. You just survived earthquake the big one. Well, we simulated an 8.3 earthquake on the Richter scale. Large scale mechanical effects like that are used quite a bit in our action films. When we're shooting that scene, we take several camera angles, many different days to shoot. When it all comes together, it looks absolutely special. Hey, we're headed toward Amity. Amity is menaced by a 25-foot man-eating great white shark, one of our biggest hits, Jaws. Hey, ever since we made this movie, we've attracted a lot of sharks around here, right, Laura? Right. In fact, that police officer got a shark. Oh, there it is, hanging up by its Buster Browns on your right. But you know what? That's not 25 feet. That's more like 14 feet. They caught the wrong shark, just like in the movie. Our police officers are supposed to be out here today. They're going to talk to us. I'm just like looking for it even. Talking about sharky. Hey, that's another shark. That can't be good for you. I read somewhere that when sharks are about to attack, they submerge or dive. Yeah, no, that guy. That's George, or Jorge. That's one of our best police divers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't try this at home. This man is a trained professional. Does this 5 or 6 times a day. I've seen it. He's got a lot of guts out there. And there they are. Now, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we attached the rump roast to that yellow barrel. Let's see if the shark takes the bait. Here's tell us to clear the area. Laura, let's park next to these gas tanks. We should be safe there. It took the bait and the beer too. Uh-oh, my spidey senses tingling. All that flammable liquid does ignite. Like that. And that. Well, that's hot. That's Africa hot. Tarzan can't think that kind of hot. Want to see it again? We should get out of here now because what's that? It's a shark! You wanted a window seat. Yeah, this tour is just full of surprise. Wow, shark.
Yeah. Lined up.
The beginning of the shark in the movie Jaws. A lot of problems with the shark in the movie. So much so they started calling the movie
A little splash wouldn't
His
break it,
Academy
man.
Award-winning director Steven Spielberg could tell more about that.
The Lion Shark, it didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio lines. They were always saying, the shark is not working for me. The shark is not working.
We just waited and waited. Just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, I had the biggest hit of all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Hancock starred Will Smith, Charlize Theron, and Jason Bateman. Do you have any Desperate Housewives fans on the tour? 2? Okay. For the two of you, we're going to take you into Wisteria Lane, ABC's hit television series Desperate Housewives. That's right, the ladies are gone shopping. Don't tell anybody that we went in here. Have your cameras ready. It's a cul-de-sac, so we're going to go one side of the street, make a U-turn, go down the opposite side. I'll point at everything on the left first. On your left is a mustard-colored house with white trim that belongs to Gabrielle, portrayed by Eva Longoria. Did you know that Gabrielle lives right next door to the Munsters? This gray house with white trim was the home to the Munsters for the Munsters television series starring Fred Gwynn and Yvonne DiCarlo. Right next door is a yellow house with white trim belonging to Susan, portrayed by Terry Hatcher. And her next door neighbor is in this greenhouse, the white picket fence. Lynette's home, portrayed by Felicity Huffman. All these houses are shells, as in seashell. There's nothing inside them. All the interiors are filmed on sound stages, except for the big pink house at the end of the cul-de-sac. That's a practical set. We can film on the inside as well as the outside. It's Edie's home, portrayed by Nicolette Sheridan. Now, Edie never has to leave the neighborhood. She can order pizza, throw parties. Edie gets everything. Mom always did like her best. Right, Laura? Right. Now you see how they call this Wisteria Lane? With all the floral patterns. Beautiful, isn't it? It looks like this all year long. Why? Because it's plastic. Ow. Coming up on your left is a two-story blue-gray house with white trim and some really nice hoopties in the driveway. Take pictures. That blue-gray house with the white trim belongs to Bree, portrayed by Marcia Cross. Look at that, the light's on, but nobody's home. And right next door to that is a yellow house with brick facing. That was Mary Alice's house for the first season of Desperate Housewives. It was also the Cleaver home for David and Bieber.
All those sports cars just parked for props.
Well, here's a look at the houses in the show, Desperate Housewives. I have to see them with your own eyes.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas was to bring the storybook world of Dr. Seuss to life. Some of the most talented artists in Hollywood worked for months to create a living, breathing Whoville. When it was all done, they had built an entire city. And the fantasy world of Dr. Seuss became a reality.
This is one of the largest productions filmed on a lot, requiring 11 sound stages and parts of the back lot. This part of the back lot was used for this scene with Christine Baranski. As you can see, it's been snowing up here. Most of the time when you see snow in movies, it's white sand, white foam rubber, cotton, shaved ice, and paint, except for when it's really snow. I can't help but thinking that there's something sinister behind Whoville. I think it's the Bates Motel from the Alfred Hitchcock thriller Psycho, starring Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, and Vera Wells. Anybody need a shower? I hear the bed and breakfast is to die for. We're going to take up for a closer look at the Bates home, and you'll notice the Bates home is getting smaller as we get closer to it. That is because it was only built at 3/4 scale so that it would look like a large house in the distance. It is an optical illusion called the forced perspective.
I'll be darned. The Psycho House.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. It's one of the largest sets of a film for motion picture. They take you to the heart of this colossal set, stopping the tram for about 30 seconds so you can stand up and take photographs. Have your cameras ready.
Kind of cool when you just barely watch this movie.
I know, you may stand up and take photographs if you like. This amazing set is what remains in the neighborhood where Tom Cruise hides out in the film. That is an actual 747 jet airplane, which was destroyed specifically for this incredible scene.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
A couple of ways of doing visual effects. You can use miniatures like the ones that we showed you from King Kong, or you can use computer-generated imagery like this. In the sets, something about a curse. The Universal's no stranger to weird stories. The reason we don't count the Opera House set in Stage 28 is because Stage 28 is rumored to be haunted. Oh, you come to the end of the tour, Laura, take the road to the left. On the way there, take a look at your, take the road to the left. On the way to the, take the road, where are you doing? That one, to the left, yeah. The one we just passed. What are you doing? Quit playing. Quit playing, Laura. That's not, we're headed toward the Mummy's tomb now. Of course, we're not supposed to be in here. Quit playing. Don't impact the tram up. You're scaring people. Quit playing. She's just playing. We're heading into the Mummy's tomb. This can't be good for you. This is where Forrest all cashed in. One of my competitors. He was good. He was very, very good. Maybe on the other side. You know, when I don't see anything in here, of course, it's really dark. Ah! Well, now we've done it. I'll never join you. Rashi roller Oh, well, the curse is over. That wasn't so bad. Wait a minute, something's covering up the lights. Something not us. Has anybody seen Whoopi? Well, there she is, Whoopi. You got something on your jacket. That's just nasty.
This is not good.
Terrible. Right enough, you're terrible. Wait a minute. Those bugs took my shades. And my wallet. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I know what you're thinking. What kind of tour is this? And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, that's just Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times, it goes away. Oh, that's wild, man. That's wild. He did survive the curse of the Mummies, too. That's based on the blockbuster at the Mummy. Now we really are at the end of the tour. I'd like to turn it over once again to our special guest, Whoopi Goldberg. Take it, Whoopi.
I just love a happy ending. And that's just what this is. Well, you know what I mean. Think of that. Carl Laemmle had a dream to make it.
Well, that concludes the Universal Studio Tour. It's been my pleasure to give you the tour today. On behalf of myself, my driver Laura, and all of us here at NBC Universal, we hope you enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood access.
Back quickly.
Go, Robert.
Because why shouldn't I? Oh, cool. So we could just stay sitting and... Yeah.
That is? The refillable sippy cups are $10.80.
Escalators and an
I got mine pretty well, passed them around.
Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet.
Pretty rude, man. He's a good dude. Don't stick your tongue out at me.
I can see.
I want a round of applause for our team. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how about a next hand for all of our Animal Stars trainers and your host, Miss Charlotte Workler.
Universal Studios and the American Humane Association would like to remind you that next time you're looking for a pet, please check your local rescue shelter. You'll be glad today. Have a great night in the park. So long.
Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here at Universal Live. Please remember, use the stairs, the aisle.
Do you remember coming this way? Because I don't.
I do.
This? Yeah. On the side, didn't we? No?
We're coming down and looking at the movie theater.
Hey, Nels, can you film me? Hey, guess who I met?
We know who you met.
Dylan and Cole Sprouse. That was so cool. I got their autograph. It was so cool.
Hannah, other people aren't going to be watching this. It's just us. Trying to get goofy, not you. Move.
I'm going to go in front of you, okay?
Good idea.
I guess that'd be fun for little kids. They've got like special autograph books. Look like they're probably made by Disney or something. And he's signing.
Oh.
He's signing them.
I'm taking a picture of that. Wait, there's more down here of that. Right here. Right here. Right here. Get to the front of it. Oh, whatever it is, take a picture.